Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again in this YouTube astrological segment. I'm going to be talking about having an Aries Mars in a natal chart, or Mars in Aries, however you want to put it. Now, some of you may remember when I first started my YouTube astrology channel, I did a series on the Mars placements and in a natal chart, and they're a little bit concise, and some people may refer to them as snappy. So what I decided to do was make another series on them in which the videos would be a little bit longer and more descriptive. So anyway, first thing up is, well, Mars in astrology is connected with energy and vitality. And having an Aries Mars, the person may bring a lot of their energy into, leadership. It could be, being a manager at a store, being a head coach in sports. It could be just showing leadership prowess and ability. Um, and also into things that are pioneering, such as just innovating things, being an innovator, creating something new, um, new beginnings in general, and also just it could be combative sports, such as judo, karate, boxing, wrestling as some examples, or the more volatile sports. Let's say football would be included in that, and hockey as well. Um, and also through the expression, it could be mechanical endeavors that will allow you to express your mechanical ability. It could just be working on a vehicle, or refrigerator, or air conditioner as an example, or some examples I should say. And just expressing, could be doing something Aries related, such as carpentry or welding, as some examples, or or speech pathology. Now, another thing with Mars, it's connected with our drive and motivation. So, having your Mars and Aries in your natal chart, you may be strongly driven and motivated to simply lead. As I was stating before, innovate, express ingenuity, to fight. Could be standing up for yourself and others. Um, it could be just wanting to be first, being self-reliant and independent. It might be very driven, motivated in that area. I mean, let's say you're in a situation where you're staying at home with family, or you got roommates. You may be driven and motivated to extricate yourself from a situation like that, just to be more independent, more so than the average person. And just your also showing initiative and enterprise. And this is where you may be very strongly driven and motivated toward. Now, another thing, about Mars in astrology, it's connected, with combat, fighting, and confrontation. So having your Mars in Aries, it might be, it could be where you might get into it more often than most people, like with people that are in leadership positions. It could be like a manager at a store, some owner of some company. Um, it could be, somebody in a position of authority. It may also be, at times it could even be with a surgeon, or maybe even a sexual partner. There may be more acrimonious disputes with these people, more so than most others. And also, if you're going to be, a combative situation where you plan on getting, having some argument with someone, it may be done with a little hesitation, procrastination. There's generally going to be very little delay, because you're going to, Aries Mars can often act quickly in those matters. And also doing something, connected, it may be, getting into it, with law enforcement people, or even people that are in, a military position. It could be, say if you're in the military and you're like, some private, you may get into it more with some drill instructor or sergeant, more so than the average person. People displacement, I would say, generally speaking, can be adverse to any, fear as far as, authority, people in authority go. And also, I mean, of course, Mars is in its dignity in Aries, so I mean, there's really, this person may not have an overabundance of fear in general. Now, The thing about Mars too, it's also connected, with enthusiasm. It could be what we have enthusiasm for. So having your Mars and Aries in your natal chart, you may have strong enthusiasm. It could just simply be for, starting projects and endeavors, new beginnings. Taking that initiative, showing the enterprise, and it could be, doing things, standing up for yourself and others. You may be more enthusiastic regarding, combat and confrontations more so than the average person. And it could be mechanical tasks as well, like I was stating before, such as doing something. It could be, expressing mechanical ability, working on cars or air conditioners, or even, it could be refrigerators as some examples. And just for you may be very enthusiastic regarding adventures and just doing new things in general. It could be motorbike riding could be another thing, or you may express a lot of exuberance and enthusiasm for. So now the next thing. Now Mars, of course, is connected with sex, and having Mars and Aries in your natal chart, I would feel that because Mars can be an instignity, you could give a very good libido. But also in matters pertaining to sex, you may be very aggressive in terms of going after who you want, and assertive as well, speaking up when necessary. Maybe you like, the sexual, part aspect. You like it maybe a little bit rough as well. Um, and there can be, the situation with sexual partners may often be contentious or even combative, with acrimonious disputes. You may launch sex very spontaneously and act very impulsively in these matters as well, and be outspoken. You may have a tendency to be outspoken with the sexual partner and forceful regarding, matters connected with sex. So it's really, but you may have to be careful about being easily provoked, by a sexual partner as well, because Aries energy, is easily agitated. That'd probably be an understatement. Now, talking about the sexual partner, the person that people you may be involved in sexually, one or more of these people may actually be in Aries Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, or simply embody those characteristics. It could be, of the characteristics of the sign. It could be people that are very, forceful or militant, aggressive, assertive, combative, courageous, pioneering, as some examples. And it could be people that may be in an Aries profession, such as carpentry, welding, speech pathology, working in the military, sports, doing something. It could be doing something that requires, strong mechanical skill and ability. It could be arson investigation, as some other examples. And another thing about Mars, it's also connected with physical injuries and even surgery. So if you have this placement in your natal chart, there may be, more proclivity, to injuries and surgery, connected with the head, the skull, the face, or brain. It could be where there may be susceptibility to, lacerations and cuts, to the face and to the skull. And some of this may be due to accidents as well. There may be surgery as a result of an accident, because it's a very impulsive placement. And the thing about this is, it's also matters connected with surgery and, dealing with an injury. You're likely going to act with little hesitation or procrastination. Aries, of course, is very hurried energy. Mars is also connected with anger. So, this placement, having your Mars in Stignity and Aries, the positive is, I would say, that that it may be, that this anger may be channeled through constructive means, hitting a punching bag. something that requires, the physical strength, working out vigorously, as some other examples. Sometimes anger may be taken out on, somebody you're in, sexual, connection with. It could be, where anger can come very quickly, but dissipate quickly as well. You may not be the type to lament or brood over matters. You might get mad quick, but the anger may go away quickly as well. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard saying, stay ready.